guys, Michael23B here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, what I have to show you is my auto potion brewer. So I've actually been spending a few days in my creative world working with potions and sort of figuring out how to actually make one of these machines. And this is what I've come up with. So it's a little bit complicated. I won't be doing a tutorial on this just because, look at it, it's very spaghetti-like. There's a bunch of wires running everywhere. But I'll just kind of show you around what it looks like, and I'll give you a showcase. So as you can see, we've got all of our ingredients here. We have a system ready light, we have a brewing-in-progress light, we have empty bottle input, so it actually brews, or sorry, it actually fills the water bottles for you, so you don't have to do that. We have our potion output here, it outputs 27 potions. And we can also select ingredients, of course. And then we also have these lights up here. And what these lights indicate is if the ingredient is actually stocked. So if an ingredient runs out, it'll turn off, and it will also turn off the system. And that just means we need to input more ingredients. Now another thing, we also have our fuel line here. And this light actually indicates if there's enough fuel in the system. And right now it doesn't, so I'm just gonna input some blaze powder in, and we can send that off on its way. And then here in a moment, this light should turn on, and there we go. And we also get a note block indication saying the system's ready. And yeah, we can hit this button whenever we want. So we actually have our nether wart and magma cream selected. That will make fire resistance for us. A 3-minute fire resistance potion. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit the button. And as you can see, the system ready light turns off, and we have our brewing in progress light. It starts blinking because it's brewing the potions. And after about a minute, we start getting our potions in here. It's going to fill up 27 potions in here. And there we go. In just 1 minute, we've got 27 fire resistance potions. We've got our potion output light, which is turned on. And yeah, it's pretty fast. Of course, if you have more ingredients selected, say you had redstone and gunpowder selected, it's going to take longer just because there's more ingredients to brew. But yeah, we can take all of our potions out, and then the system will auto reset. And it says the system is ready again. Now something we can also do, we can actually replace this barrel with a shulker box. So you want to just get a shulker box of items and then you can pick it up. You could just place a shulker box here, it will fill it for you, and then you can take the shulker box out. And you can also replace it back with a barrel if you want to. Now something I can also do is I can take ingredients out of the system. That's just, say for example that we ran out of nether wart. You'll hear that note block here, and this light has turned off, saying there's no nether wart anymore, and also the system ready light is off, so we can't actually brew anything because our ingredient is out, so it doesn't do anything. Now if we were to select a different ingredient, or we just turned off the nether wart, it will say the system is ready because all the ingredients that we do have selected are in stock. So as soon as we actually turn the nether wart back on, it will turn the system ready light off, and then we can input more nether wart, and that light will turn on, and the system ready light will turn on, and then we can brew potions again. So real quick, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of an in-depth look into the machine. So I'm going to select a splash potion of invisibility for 8 minutes. So we have our nether wart, we have our golden carrot, fermented spider eye, redstone, and gunpowder. And we can hit the button. It will start brewing. And here's our glass bottle input. You can see we have a bunch of glass bottles. And it starts making water bottles. And let me just run into the system over here. Here's where all of our brewing stands are. You can see it will start brewing our items, and then once all of the items have gone through, once this hopper is actually empty, it will start a hopper clock over here, or it will actually release the hopper clock, and that just tells 51 emeralds here. It tells them when they can run through to the other hopper, and then once those run out, all of the potions will be released, and they actually go through this hopper system. And as soon as items come through, you can see the item elevator activates. That just runs up the line of droppers here, and goes right up into the barrel. So we have 27 splash potions of invisibility. You can take those out, and the system resets once again. Now, something else I should mention is that we actually have 9 ingredients being dispensed at a time. So we have all of our ingredients up here, and because we have 9 brewing stands, we have to dispense 9 items out of each dropper that's selected every time the button is hit. So this is our button input here. It runs through these repeaters. There's also an extra tick of pulse extension so that we can actually get 9 items. And what the signal does is it runs through these target blocks. It goes up to these pistons, pushes these observers up, and that creates an observer clock. And that ticks the droppers 9 times. And we also have locked hoppers here, so once the system is activated, these hoppers will lock. And as soon as all the ingredients are dispensed, they get dispensed into the barrels. Once that's done, this line of redstone will release, and all of our ingredients will flow into our system, flow into our hopper minecart here. And then as soon as the hopper minecart is full, it actually runs over the system and dispenses all the ingredients evenly. So yeah, and then it starts brewing, and then we wait for the hopper clock over here to finish, and then it goes up to our output. Alright, so another cool functionality that I've built into the system is that we can actually detect if an item runs out while it's dispensing. So because the system dispenses 9 ingredients at a time for our 9 different brewing stands, then if one were to run out and the rest of them didn't, then it would just screw up the entire system. We'd get 4 netherwort in 4 of the brewing stands, and then we'd get the rest of our ingredients, and we wouldn't have netherwort in some of the brewing stands, or whatever the ingredient that's missing is. So it would just screw up the entire system. So we have 4 netherwort in this system, or in this dropper I should say. So if it were to run out while we're dispensing our items, then it will actually detect that. You can hear the note block because it detected that the netherwort ran out. And it actually returns our items to us because it says, oh, we don't have enough items, or we don't have enough ingredients to make all 27 potions. So it returns all of our items up here. So it dispenses 9 of every ingredient except for the netherwort because it ran out of netherwort. And yeah, it's just kind of a safeguard against screwing up the whole system. So it returns all of those items to us, and then we can put more ingredients in, so we can put more netherwort, and then we can also put our golden carrots and the rest of our items back in, and it will say the system's ready. So now it's actually ready to go. And if an ingredient is selected, it actually sends a pulse down through these rails here. It goes all the way around our brewing system, and then it sends a pulse to this piston, pushing that block out, and that means the ingredient is selected. Now, if the netherwort or whatever ingredient were to run out, then it would send a pulse up through this block, and it would go down the redstone line, and that goes up to here, and this just disables the system. It tells the system that we're not ready to brew any more potions. And then we also have a line over here for these pistons. These ones get pushed out, and that just tells the system that there even is an ingredient selected. So that will enable the system to turn on if there is an ingredient selected, and it will also disable the system if there's not an ingredient selected. So turn all those off, and that turns off. So yeah, that is pretty much all of our features. I won't really be going much into depth about how every little thing in this redstone works, but there will be a world download if you want to look at it closer. I'll also include a schematic if you want to download that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And yeah, if you want a closer look, you can download it for yourself. So we have a bunch of potions coming into our system here. You can drink it up. Start running fast. Very fun. Very easy to work with. You don't have to make any more potions yourself, it'll just make it for you. And actually our barrel or shulker, there should be a barrel or shulker here if you are to make this system. But in case there's not, there's actually a manual reset button here. And that resets the system and it tells us it's ready. So we can also get a barrel or a shulker, put it back in our system, and yeah, it is all ready. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope it's not too complicated to understand. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.